Greetings to all my wonderful water sign people, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Welcome to you. If this is your first time joining me, I give you a special welcome and I invite you to join our tribe by subscribing to my channel. And for those of you returning, I want to welcome you back and thank you for all the wonderful support that you have given my channel. I swear, the water sign people have been the strongest supporters of this channel, and I truly thank you for that. So today we are here to do a general weekly reading, and we're going to look at the energies of this week and how you as a water sign can best use these energies to your advantage. Okay, so my water sign people, let's look at what's coming towards you this week and how you can be ready. All right, let's get some messages here on the board. This is a general reading, so if these messages you find don't resonate for you this time around, make sure you're subscribed so that you can get the future messages, which will undoubtedly include your story. Okay? So don't panic if you don't feel like it's resonating with you. Just be on the lookout for future videos. All right, so the first message on the board here is the one of the King of Swords in the reverse. Excuse my wobbly little tripod here. And it's being clarified by the Six of Cups. Also, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse being clarified by the Ace of Swords. The last message on the board is that of the Hanged Man, and it's being clarified by the Two of Swords in the reverse. Interesting, because the Hanged Man came up for fire signs as well. So you may have some interactions with some interesting fire sign people this week. So this King of Swords in the reverse being clarified again by the Six of Cups speaks to some chaotic feelings is what I'm getting. Feelings and energy around connections with those that you hold closest to you, those that you find in your family and friend circle. And I feel as if with this card, someone close to you is going to approach you and be on the lookout because it could end in an argument, okay? And a lot of things being said. And with this King of Swords in the reverse, water sign, you want to be careful that you don't say anything that you later wish you could take back, because we know once it's been said, you can't really take it back, okay? So be very careful with that, with your tongue, and kind of gauge the sharpness of your words as you're speaking to those closest to you. But I do see some type of argument and a situation which could end in harsh words between you and someone close to you. All right. With this Nine of Cups in the reverse, along with the Ace of Swords, even though building again on this, even though it's not your wish to engage in this way, it's not your wish to be confrontational or even be a part of someone else's confrontation, I feel like the truth of the matter, there's a truth here that needs to come out this week, and even though it's not your wish to be, a part of that type of interaction with someone, you will be happy that the truth finally is out. And I feel as if there's probably been something said and done recently, a lot of talk around you, people talking about you, and this has been bothering you because you feel as if you're not being cast in the best light. But the truth does come out this week, so a bit of vindication for you. However, again, we want to make sure that we're not making the situation one where our sharp words have us feeling later on worse, worse than we did when maybe untruthful things were being said. All right. So it's just about gauging your energy, gauging your awareness of what you're saying and what you're doing in regards to these people. But you will, if you play this situation correctly, you will feel victorious, water sign, and that you are vindicated. All right. This could also be a work situation because even though we were talking about close emotional connections, close connections at times can include those we work with since we spend so much time with or around those people. Okay, so you will be vindicated. Again, if you don't watch your tongue, you'll end up looking worse in the end. So that's the real warning there. With this hanged man energy coming through, being clarified by the Two of Swords in the reverse, it's about kind of pulling back and really, it's an odd energy because with this hanged man and the pulling back type of energy, you don't want it to be like a stale type of action to where you pull back and you're alone and you're just hanging out at home or not engaging with others. You want to make sure that when you pull back, you are making the best use of that time. And in this case, what's being indicated is just kind of, I think this is more of a spiritual call for you to get through, break through some of the blockages that you may have been feeling spiritually, right? Connecting more with your divine knowledge. And I feel like many of you have felt blocked in that regard. And granted, there's been a lot going on. If you keep track of moon phases and planetary associations and things of that nature, you know that right now out there in the universe, in the galaxy, the celestial bodies are doing a lot these days. So it would be no surprise that you feel blocked in some regards, okay? But this is just really honing in on that, really taking the time out to meditate, or, and a meditation doesn't have to sit there you don't have to sit there being still to meditate. You can garden and meditate. That's a meditative practice. You can, if you're a runner, you can go out for a jog. That's a meditative practice. It's called a moving meditation. And anything that puts you in the zone, right? So if you're a writer, then writing, as a writer, you get into that zone where your attention is completely focused on the piece that you're writing, and hours can fly by once you're in that zone, that creative zone. So this is very much about spiritually unblocking, but it's also a call to be creative in whatever way you get creative most easily, and know that within that you will be busting through any blocks to your creativity and any blocks spiritually. All right. So this can be a pretty profound week with all of this action happening and this spiritual reflection. Okay. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, water signs. Yeah. So one of your greatest challenges this week, being shown here by the Four of Cups in the reverse and the Hierophant, is that you let go of some of the emotional yuckies, for lack of a better term, and stand firm in doing the right things and saying the right things and being in the right places at the right time. So just to make a concerted effort with your time. So if you're a person that's challenged with time, like you find yourself always being late, or you find yourself, losing track of time, and others are waiting on you, and things, you get places much later in the day, which means you end up rushing and running around. You want to make a concerted effort to pay attention to time and to be on time and to show up on time. Even if it's like a Zoom meeting you have to be to in the comfort of your own home, just making sure that you're utilizing all of the tools that you have in regards to time, like alarms and, stopwatches and things of that nature, so that you have a hyper awareness of time this week, because there's a call here for you to be on time and show up at the right place at the right time, okay? So that you want to make sure that you are staying on top of this week as well. And for some of you, I'm just seeing getting out of the complacency that you feel around your work, that you feel around your duties that you have, whether that's a duty in your home, so like if you've been letting things slide at home, and you know that that refrigerator needs to be cleaned out, or you've got a closet that you need to clear out, or there's things that you need to organize so that your space is more tidy and works for you, instead of you getting caught up looking for things for a half hour when it should be right there in front of you. This is going to help you in turn with that time management piece we just talked about, but also energetically, it increases the ability for you to call that spiritual energy in your space, because a lot of the spiritual yuckies or negativity tends to build up in our home in the form of clutter. And once it starts, you get more and more and more of it, right? So this is about spiritually getting on a good space. And a lot of that has to do with your physical space around you. If you feel like you're behind in that regard, or you've got a mountain of work to do in that regard, just take the time to knock out one area, right? Set yourself a timer, 20 minutes. And for that 20 minutes, just stay focused on that one area and getting it together, right? And then give yourself a little break, reward yourself, and then go back and do another 20 minutes somewhere else. Like, do it in baby steps if need be. But if you're a person who somewhat stays organized, but you've been letting things slide lately, then do the big push, just make the time and do it. All right, interesting read, but these messages will undoubtedly help you in this upcoming week. So if it has been helpful for you, I ask that you like this video. It helps with the metrics, of course. And I ask that you share it with another water sign that will find the messages helpful. Thank you for being here. Remember, subscribe. I want you as part of the tribe, water sign. All right. Those are your messages for this week, water sign. I wish you the very best week that you can possibly have. Stay safe. And until next time.